Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This video, we are going to take you along on our sleep training to keep Ember on the 2-nap-a-day schedule. Good morning. So we are checking in real quick. Ember actually slept pretty well last night. She went down about just before 8 o'clock. She went down very easily. She fell asleep very quickly. And she slept soundly all the way up until just after 4. And then she wanted to nursed for about 10 to 12 minutes. Then I put her back down, went right back out. And then she stayed asleep until 7:07. So that worked really well for us. We'll see how the rest of today goes. All right. Well, that's it for this update. Bye. Right now, I just put Ember down for her first nap of the day, not her second nap, her first nap of the day. It is just about 9:45. I put her down around 9:30. This morning, she woke up about 7:07 after sleeping for almost a full 11 hours. She did wake up once last night again. So woke up at 7, nursed her. She had some breakfast. I gave her a fruit and veggie pouch and some peanut butter toast. Then we played a bit. And then I nursed her again around 9:15 before getting her down for her nap. Put her in her crib about 9:30, and she fell asleep in under 5 minutes. So that was fantastic. We will pick up when she wakes up from her first nap, and I'll let you know how that went. See you soon. Okay, little update. She's been asleep just shy of an hour. The mailman just dropped a package off at the front door, and the dogs went crazy. They were barking for a good 45 seconds. She didn't even stir, so that's a good sign. We'll see if she keeps sleeping for another 40 minutes or so. Look who's awake. She has a cute little handprint on the side of her face. You fussy on your hand. You're so funny. She slept for just shy of an hour and 20 minutes, so I'm happy with that. She did good. We'll see what this afternoon brings. We'll check in later. See ya. It is about 2:15. I just put Ember down for her second nap. We had some really fun playtime. She nursed after her first nap, and we had some leftover dinner for lunch. And I just nursed her again shortly before putting her down. It looks like she just fell asleep or is about there, and we will see how long she stays asleep this time. We'll check in a bit. And we are back. She slept pretty well. She slept on her second nap for an hour and 17 minutes and change, so not quite the hour and a half that we were hoping for. There's a hair in my eye. But not terrible. So I'm happy with that. Now bedtime's going to be around 7:30, 7:45. It is, let me see, what time is it now? It is about 3:45 right now. So I think we are going to hang out for a bit before we get ready for bedtime. I will catch up with you tomorrow morning. And we are back. So it is now about 7:50. I just put Ember down, I don't know, a little less than 10 minutes ago now. She fell asleep fairly quickly. She was pretty tired. I kept her up a little later than what the app recommended, because if we try to put her down before about 7:30, she typically doesn't go to sleep. so I needed to try and keep her awake. So we did a little extra playtime during bath time. I gave her a new bath toy and she seemed to really enjoy that. I'll be sharing some footage of that in another video, so I'm sorry I'm not sharing that here. And then before we did bath time, I actually ended up nursing her. I had enough time to nurse her twice, and those 2 nursing sessions sandwiched dinner, which she seemed to really enjoy dinner tonight too. So I'm hoping between getting 3 nursing sessions in between her second nap and bedtime, plus dinner and a snack, that will keep her pretty full, and hopefully she'll sleep at least until 4 again tonight. If not the full night. I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed and knock on some wood because I don't want to jinx it. But yep, we will check in tomorrow. That's what we did for today. And hopefully tomorrow will go just as well because it's back to work for Mom on Tuesdays. All right, everybody. Good night. Good evening, everybody. It is Tuesday, about just shy of 9 o'clock, and Ember just woke up. So rundown from today, she woke up a little bit after 7, which I was really happy with. She did wake up once last night, but overall slept really well. Woke up at a good time. I didn't think it was too early, and right around the same time that she had been waking normally on the 3 nap schedule, right around 7:15 or so. She nursed, had breakfast a little while later, nursed before her first nap, napped about 9:15 for almost an hour and a half. It was right around an hour and 25 minutes or so. Then she nursed again. We had lunch. She nursed a second time before her second nap in the afternoon, which was right around 2:30, 2:15, something like that. And unfortunately that nap, she only napped about an hour. We had some packages delivered and the dog started barking at the mailman, and unfortunately she woke up from that racket. So that second nap was kind of a little bit short, and I couldn't keep her awake long enough for me to be able to put her down to bed after 7:30 or, for 7:30. She was actually in bed right around 7 o'clock tonight, and ended up falling asleep about shortly after being put down. And then about an hour later, she ended up waking up. So I don't really think she was hungry. I did nurse her a little bit, but it was more of like a comfort feed. So she was kind of like suckling, but there wasn't really any like letdown or anything. So I don't think it was a matter of her being hungry. I think either some kind of noise might have woken her up, or else she had like a nightmare and was just a little bit scared and just needed a little bit of comforting to get back to sleep. So she's asleep now, and we will let you know tomorrow how she does overnight. All right. See you soon. Good night. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It is 7:45, and I'm checking in for today's update on Ember's sleep. So last night she went to bed around 7:15, and then she woke up after about an hour. I think she just had a nightmare. Nursed her for a little bit, but it was more just like comfort suckling. She wasn't really actually nursing to feed. And then she went back to sleep and stayed asleep from about 8:45 until 6:30 this morning. Since it was a little early, I nursed her and I put her back down to sleep for like another 20 minutes, which I was actually surprised that she did even go back to sleep. I was thinking that she was going to be up for the day, but she did go back down. She slept for another 20 to 25 minutes before I woke her up for the day. We did our morning routine. She went down for her first nap right around 10, and she only napped for about 50 minutes or so. I've heard it's not uncommon during the nap transition period for naps to be less than an hour, and that because of like overtiredness from adjusting to longer wake times and things like that, that it could be disruptive to their sleep. So until she gets a little bit more used to being awake longer, it could take a little bit of time for her to sleep the full hour and a half. But she did sleep an hour and 25 minutes for her second nap. So I was happy with that. And then we did our afternoon routine, dinner, bath time, book, then bed. She went down very easily right around 7:25, and so has been asleep for about 20 minutes now, very soundly. And I'm interested to see what tonight's going to bring. I'm starting to feel a bit more positive about her new sleep schedule, and I'm not feeling nearly as stressed as I was the previous weeks. We did also get through the Huckleberry app an updated sleep schedule and kind of like profile assessment sort of thing of where she's at sort of developmentally based on her age, and what the data that I'm tracking in the app is kind of showing about her typical like natural body rhythms and her natural sleep cycles. So the new schedule is based off of what the data shows about what time she typically falls asleep and etc. I'm happy to talk more about that app and share a bit more in detail with you guys if you're interested in hearing about it. I think it's really interesting. I'm a data person. I work in clinical research, so anytime that I have an opportunity to kind of make a little sort of experiment of something that's going on in my life, and I have a really reliable way of being able to analyze it, I think is really cool. And again, the app was called Huckleberry. It's put out by a group of pediatricians and data scientists. You can check it out on whatever app store is appropriate for your smartphone. And if you're interested, you can give it a try for free. They do have a premium version, which I tried out and I really like. So again, if you're interested in hearing more in detail about it and about our experience using the app, I would be happy to go more into detail about that. But that is the update for today, and we will check in with everybody tomorrow. All right, have a good night. Good evening, everybody. It is Thursday, April 9th, and we are checking in on Ember's sleep transition. And she just woke up. Last night was really good. She went to bed about 7:30, fell asleep super easily, and stayed asleep amazingly for 11 and a half hours, which I was really happy about. So then we started our day this morning, right around 7. We kind of sort of did our morning routine. I, of course, was working, and Dad was home, so he had some nice playtime with Ember while Mommy was working. Then Ember went down for her nap around 9:30. We're still working on getting her adjusted to the longer wake windows, so it was a little bit earlier than what we would look for normally. Then she slept really well for about 45 minutes. The mailman came, dogs barked, she woke up, didn't want to go back to sleep. So that nap was kind of scrubbed for the day. We continued on with our afternoon as per usual, and she went down for her second nap around 1:30 or so, which It's close to an hour earlier than what we would like, given how late we would like for her to go to bed to wake up around 7. And then she actually overslept for the second nap. I kind of got sucked into a project at work and didn't set an alarm to wake her, and Dad was taking a nap. So she ended up sleeping for about 2 hours before I woke her. I was actually surprised that she needed for me to wake her up. Then we did our evening bath time. Bedtime was around 7:15. She was not happy about going down to sleep tonight. She fought it quite a bit. And I say quite a bit because she usually doesn't fight it at all, but it was really only maybe 10, maybe 12 minutes for her to actually settle down to sleep. And she was sleeping soundly. It sounded like when she just woke up a little while ago, like Sean came downstairs to grab something from the kitchen, and she probably heard the floor or stairs or something, but she quieted down and is back to sleep now. So that's our update for today. We are just going to keep working on getting her adjusted to her new schedule, but it seems like we are through the worst of it now. So very grateful for that. Looking forward to getting a few more restful nights sleep before the next developmental leap, nap transition, sleep regression, tooth cutting, whatever it might be the next time around that causes another few days or a week of no good sleep for baby and mom. All right, that's where we're going to leave. Good night. Hello everyone. So I am sitting here putting this video together and realizing I need a bit of an outro. And rather than going ahead and doing a separate video about the app, I just thought I would go ahead and append some additional information about the app right here. From this screenshot, you can see that there's different colors that are showing up and what the different colors represent. You have the lighter blue, which is the day sleep, and so here you can see the week that I filmed of the sleep transition from 3 naps down to 2. And the week prior, Ember was sleeping 3 naps, and we started moving her to 2 naps around the 2nd of April. So this was moving into the 2nd week of that transition. And so again, you can see her first naps in the top light blue bars all around 9:30 to 11 o'clock in the morning. And then her second naps were a little bit more inconsistent in the afternoon, and then the darker teal blue down the bottom is the night sleep. And then if you're wondering what those orange bars are, those represent when Ember was being nursed during the day and at nighttime. So you can see how many times during the day she's getting nursed, and also how many times she's waking up at night and needing to get fed. And just to also show you here, we have this sleep schedule from the app that was recommended for when she was 7 months of age. She has 3 naps here, and so this is what we were trying to follow for the month of March. And about halfway through the video, we ended up getting an updated sleep recommendation for Ember for month 8 of her development. And you can see here she's now getting transitioned to 2 naps. So this has been a really helpful tool for us. I've really enjoyed using it. It hasn't always been 100% perfect. It does take a little bit of adjusting, and obviously the more data that you put into it, the more accurate the information becomes as it is specific to your child. I will say, in order for those more personalized recommendations, you do have to pay for the premium subscription. It isn't that expensive, but that is something to consider. The free version does still give you sleep schedules. They're just not personalized, and obviously all of the features of the apps may not be available. And I also do want to say here as well, this video isn't sponsored in any way. I just thought it might be helpful to share some of the tools and resources that we have been using to help with getting Ember on a regular sleep schedule. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope that the video wasn't too long, but if you're interested in more information, I have included more information about the app in the description below. You can always email me or send me a comment, and I'll be happy to give you any more information there as well. And yeah, we'll see you in our next video. She just woke up from her nap, so gotta run. All right, everybody, have a great day. See you again soon. Bye.